What's up, folks? Welcome to a new video. Going over a report in the Mail today about Farage telling us Brexiteers that we should prepare ourselves for some serious concessions in the upcoming trade talks with the EU. The headline explains the article pretty well. Nigel Farage says Boris Johnson is taking Britain to the right place, but admits Brexiteers won't get everything they want out of the EU deal. And the article itself goes on to say Nigel Farage has given his blessing to Boris Johnson's Brexit blueprint, even though he conceded it would not meet all of his demands. The Brexit Party leader praised the Prime Minister for driving the country to the right place, but braced his supporters for compromises on key negotiation battlegrounds such as fisheries. That's even if we get a trade deal. If Boris is serious about the deadline for the trade deal being the end of 2020, then we might not even end up with one. Don't get ahead of yourself, Nigel. A long-time figurehead of the Eurosceptic movement, Mr Farage, has over the years banged the drum for a prosperous Britain outside of the UK, no, you mean outside of the EU there, mate, which would see a massive return of powers from Brussels. Yet as the divorce from the bloc now appears certain, he has admitted that future trade deal will likely be watered down from his ideal Brexit vision. He says in an interview with LBC, as a Brexiteer, I know I'm not going to get everything I want. That's just not possible. There are going to be all sorts of compromises on fishing, I'm sure. But we have turned the corner. Have we turned the corner? Are we heading to the right place? Yes. I think most of us are aware that we're not going to get everything that we want. I absolutely abhor the Northern Ireland Customs Union position in Boris's deal. But I swallowed it because, well, Jeremy fucking Corbyn. The question for Brexiteers isn't whether we're willing to compromise. We've been willing to do that since the 24th of June 2016. It's just how much we're willing to compromise, given that we've been dicked around for almost 4 years already. The article carries on. However, he will be buoyed by Mr Johnson's refusal to be chained to the bloc's rules once the transition ends. After his withdrawal deal sailed through the Commons, the PM told MPs that there would be no alignment post-December 2020. Yet leaders in Brussels have already said they will not accept a deal which does not agree to their red lines imposing standards on goods crossing the Channel. Red lines. How the tables have turned since Boris took over. Now it's the EU that's showing their weaknesses before negotiations have even started. The article carries on. It puts the PM on collision course with the EU when negotiations begin in the new year, after the UK formally leaves on January the 31st. With doubt continued to be heaped on the likelihood of a deal in the next 11 months, which is what I'm hoping for, Mr Farage cautioned the Conservative leader not to rush into signing up to rotten terms. For the first time, I think we've potentially got the upper hand in these negotiations. Yes, the initiative is finally with us. We should be in no rush to sign this deal if it's a bad deal for the UK. We have a 100 billion annual trade deficit with the EU. They sell us £100 billion worth of goods more than we sell to them. They're fully aware of this. We are fully aware of this. It seems the only people who aren't aware of this, or more likely just plain ignoring it, are the hardcore Remainers. The article carries on. The Brexiteer dismissed the fear-mongering around leaving without a trade deal, but said the chances of the UK forced into this situation were small. Mr Farage said, but if it happens, so what, frankly? Business will adapt, we all adapt to changing circumstances. I would say that there's a 25% chance of us leaving with no trade deal. I wouldn't put it at more than that. Personally, I'd put it at a bit more than that, but, you know, Farage probably knows a little bit more than me. I don't know about you folks, but personally I'm hoping these trade talks completely break down. I'm all for opening up to the rest of the world and reaching back out to our oldest and staunchest allies in like the US and the Commonwealth. If the EU want to continue to play these games that they've been playing for the last 3 years plus, then leave them to stew. That 100 billion trade surplus that they've got with us gets a bunch of new tariffs on exit day. And it just dwindles by the day. People won't keep buying as many things if they're that little bit more expensive. Let me know in the comments, would you prefer the UK to put all its efforts into the trade deal with the EU, or to start reaching out immediately to other countries like the US, Japan and the Commonwealth? But anyway, that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Take care, folks.